Look, I want you to think about something. You know, you need to think about how we all get up. Everybody gets up in unison together. I've talked about this before, but I mean, you know, everybody wakes up and grabs their phone and goes right to a screen. You know, and that's not a human being. So, you know, if you can get out of it, listen to me. We can't stress it enough. And if you laugh at it, then you'll pay for it on the other side dearly. And it's not hard to fucking look up. I've been here look, man, them sun rays, holy shit. It's 7:50 right now in the AM where I'm at. You know, and it's where I'm at, it's no different than anywhere else. Everybody's put on their fucking clothes that they didn't make. They don't know how to make. They don't know how to sew. They don't know how to do shit. I can go to any town. They're all getting high-powered fucking coffees and not drinking water. Their brains are dehydrated even more. Oh, there'll be thousands of old people today diagnosed with Parkinson's, you know, dementia. And they'll think it's normal, and that's not a human being. That's a demon. It's a very weak demon that goes to church, that goes to big churches. Yeah, does the right thing, man. We work, man. I work. You see all this money over here? Would Jesus give you money? Look at what it's done. See, everybody's so corrupt, they can't look at it for what it is. You know, the thing is if you need to do an inventory on yourself. You need to ask yourself, do I observe things in one way? What that means is what that means is this. If you're listening to this, you're barely hanging on. What that means is you're against the truth, which would be coming through me and others. And then you're for what you only know. So that means you're for only what you've observed, programmed, mind control from birth, day one. You can't get out of all those images in your head and your brain and all those sounds and tones from cartoons and the billboards you've drove by your entire life. You just can't do it. You can't get out of those fucking Arimonic toys that destroys the character and the will of the child. See, when you flood a child with possessions, that child doesn't learn willpower. They don't have a drive in them. And I can tell from my experience. And it wasn't nobody's fault. That's how this system's designed. You know, it's designed for the first few generations. You know, there's going to be a bunch of poor orphans, so to speak, when they set it up. And then those orphans are going to grow up because the environment's controlled. The money's really not around. There's no, you know, fancy shit. There's no stars. There's no, you know, big time athletes. There's no fancy mansions. There's here and there, you know, but the drive within the first couple of generations was to make them poor, you know, and to give them the opportunity to make money at their brands, their corporations, and to work their way up the ladder without using universities just yet. And as it overpopulated, the older ones now have the money. And then the younger ones now are the ones that have to go to the universities. The days of working up the chain are over. See, when you have more people, you have to have more control. You got to register more like slaves, like a bunch of fucking dummies. It's not hard to see it. And see, that's the thing is what's inside of you will not allow you out. So when you really want to look at it for what it is, you know, we are enslaved by principalities, you know, and the true prince of this world is Satan, and it is. We can prove it by the numbers. That's why you have principles. Yeah, it's gross. Listen, it's pure Satan. Oh, Saint Nick, Satanic. Come on, man. Satan's even in Santa. Just rearrange the letters. And then satanic, old Saint Nick, satanic. And that's who y'all, it represents materialism, because the 25th is when the sun actually moves 1 degree north. Okay? Look, you have the 3 days that they tell you. It's in your brain as well. But on the 22nd, the sun in December, when it comes to the south, what does it say in scripture? The cavern, or something in the south. But each day from June until December, we're losing daylight 1 degree, and so the shadow will be 1 degree more south. So on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, the sun comes across at the same degree for 3 days. And then on the 25th, it starts ascending back to the crab, which would be Cancer. June, 180 days up and 180 days down. It's that easy. You know, but they don't want you to know anything. They don't want you to know that. You know, and truthfully, before you have the satanic shit, this is what's cool. When you get deep enough, you'll find out that we'll use the word shamans. Shamans used to, which would be doctors to you now. So these doctors in the old days, during certain mushroom seasons, they would dress up in outfits that looked like Santa Claus, and they would go out and harvest the Amanita muscaria and the Black Pantheria, which is a mushroom, which has to do with the Black Panther movie. And Jacob and Esau Jacob represents the Amanita muscaria, and Esau represents the the panther, the other mushroom. It's crazy. Listen, you know, we just can't accept it that we've been driven to think one way. You know, you need to think about it. Just think about your eyes. You need to relate your eyes to flowers. Okay, the ones with the petals and stuff. If the sun's not shining all the way, the petals are not going to expand and open up the way that they should. Same thing with the eyes of the average goy, of the human. Their eyes are constantly watered with AI. It's just always in there. So they've never been watered with anything other than Satanism. That's why you have a one-track mind. That's why you can only observe one thing. It's because you're under major satanic mind control. Major. Nothing in the careers or in the universities is real. Nothing is. It's all made up. I mean, now they got careers around here to where they're telling you on the radio, don't drink out of the fucking ground, don't do nothing. You know why? Because there's M3 carpet plant. You know, they spread these toxins all over the ground and it's gonna kill you. Even though the grass is green, the flowers are blooming, and birds and animals are eating all of it, nothing's happening to them. That's what I'm saying. It's not real. And then these fucking dumb Ahriman demons that grow up with 20,000 hours of Disney video games and all that shit, they go into that career and go, oh no, you see my career? He's crazy. I don't have no common sense whatsoever. But I did go to this school for 4 years and used AI the whole time, and I've never looked up, ever. Even if I try to look up, my neck hurts because I'm a demon human now. And all I care about is AI, substances that kill us, and everything else. It's fucking Satan. Listen, we can't help you. It's your family, your friends, it's everybody around you. They're demons. And they're nice demons. That's what I'm saying. My alcoholism was a demon. How was it not? It fucking tried to kill me. It kills a bunch of people every day. So does the food. But yet they don't look at the food. You know, when C-19 come out, they've never talked about anybody picking their nose, and that would be the number one thing, or children picking their asshole and smelling their doo-doo and then grabbing the fucking doorknob and all the anal sex, vagina sex going on and people touching everything. It's not real. No, even the germ theory's not. That's the Germans. Yeah, germs are short for Germans because it's the Nazis. That's what it is. And it's just another... You know, if you look at LGBT, BLM, and all them fuck boy groups, and you run a parallel next to the Nazis, just take away the names and you'll see it's the same entity. It's not real. It's the same. It's the exact same. The Nazis went into places and said, you can't do this and that and that. LGBT goes in places and says, you can't do that and that. So please explain to me how those are fucking different. You can't do it, can you, you little fucking demons against me? What a bunch of fuck-ups that can't even explain anything because you'll go, hey, Google, tell him he's wrong. Tell him I'm not a demon. You're a demon. I'll see y'all here shortly. These motherfuckers are going to get tired of me sooner or later. I love you.